I stand corrected. Blue Moon is not a Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizens versus Witbiers today on Here for the Beer.
So in our last video, I mistakenly referred to Blue Moon as a Hefeweizen. And some of the cool folks that watched the videos we put up were quick to point that out.
Yeah, we need to send special thanks out to Scott Jones on Facebook and Chad9976 on YouTube. They quickly pointed out that
that I was wrong. I know, Amy loves that. No, but Chad, if you haven't seen it, Chad9976, he's got a channel on YouTube. He posts like a daily beer review. Interesting stuff, and I mean, frequent poster, which is very cool. So check out his channel if you haven't already. But it brings us to the question, you know, Hefeweizen versus Witbier or Belgian White.
Well, the only thing I knew about these styles is they were both brewed with wheat.
They are both brewed with wheat. This is true. And a Hefeweizen is brewed with just wheat and yeast. I mean, at least 50-50 wheat, and well, not wheat to yeast, but wheat to other grains. And Hefeweizen is a German style. One of our favorite Hefeweizens is Einger, and I mean, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I have no German, accent. But Einger, they do a great Hefeweizen that we carry here in our pub, and we love that. It's and I guess Hefeweizen has like a real banana clove kind of thing that happens, and that's a result of the yeast that's used in brewing this beer.
It's not added to the mash.
No, there's nothing added to it. I mean, it's just, it's a result of the type of yeast that they're using. You get that kind of banana, that really light, refreshing, delicious beer. I mean, it's one of my favorite light go-to beers. Now, in a white, obviously, the term Belgian white or a Belgian, a wit beer, obviously a Belgian style.
Yes. And from what I read, it signified an area east of Brussels. One of those areas is Hoegaarden.
Hoegaarden, right? Yeah, that's where I guess the style originated there, I suppose.
Yes.
And so Hoegaarden, obviously, an example of that Belgian white, as well as Blue Moon, an example of that style as well. And those beers' characteristics would include coriander, something being added, a spice or a zest being kind of stuck in there for good measure.
Lemon peel, orange peels, that type of thing?
Yeah, well, coriander. I mean, yeah, like orange peel. I mean, I'm not sure what exactly all of them would encompass, but those are, I guess, the popular ones. Those are the ones that in the beers that I've tried or been are familiar with. So I'd say like that's kind of the dividing line. The commonality, the thing that brings them together is they're both wheat beers.
Yes.
Where wheat is a dominant grain in there, and the thing that would separate them is both, I guess, the yeast, and that the wit and the white ales are spiced in some way, while the Hefeweizen is not. It gets its deliciousness just from.
I'd say they're both light and refreshing beers.
Oh yeah, they're very. I mean, they can be dark though too, because they have some, especially. What's the Weizenbach? Like there are darker versions of these beers, and what this has kind of led us to thinking about is doing a weekly beer style, where we'll one episode each week. We're just going to talk about a style, be a little more organized than this, maybe know a little bit more about it before we try to do it. But I think it's something that it's very confusing. I mean, it's confusing to me all the time. I mean, and now as new styles are coming out all the time, where
exactly, and extreme beers are just crossing lines over styles.
Right,
so,
black Bohemian, wit beer, IPA,
Yeah. So basically, if there's a style out there that you want to learn more about,
and you're too lazy to just look it up yourself.
Yes, just let us know, and we will do the research more thorough this time, and.
Don't count this episode.
And we'll get back to you on your questions.
Great. Well, thanks again to Scott and Chad and to everybody who's watching out there, which is very cool. We really appreciate it. Cheers, and we will see you next time here for the beer.